Our next speaker is Alexandra Weber. The title of her speech is The True Meaning of Music to My Ears.
In the past year, it wasn't my grandfather's sudden heart attack followed by a stroke, or my mother's 7-month undiagnosable battle with her deteriorating health, or even my brother leaving me for Portland, Maine that made me cry. No, it was Chris Cornell's live acoustic guitar rendition of Led Zeppelin's Thank You. The hauntingly beautiful rendition of one of Led Zeppelin's most celebrated works struck a deep chord within me, and I instantly felt that this song was the soundtrack of the past 9 months of my life. Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin's lead singer, who is revered as one of the most famous frontmen in the history of rock, is known for his incredible vocal range and ever-changing voice that oozes raw emotion. He wrote Thank You as a tribute to his wife, professing his profoundly deep and everlasting love for her. While this song does not evoke the same sentiment in me, its lyrics and pure emotion resonated deeply with me in almost indescribable ways. I was alone in my own car, staring into the desolate parking lot of the Pingry school at 7 a.m., immersed in Cornell's evocative, husky voice that so clearly painted a picture of great sadness in my mind. The notion that time waits for no one, and in an instant, something that felt just like yesterday is 10 years in the past. The opening of the song begins with Plant's dramatic expression of his eternal and all-powerful love for his wife. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. If mountains crumbled to the sea, there would still be you and me. These words soothed and reminded me that however unrecognizable my grandfather could be, however damaging my mother's diagnosis might be, or the 438 very long miles that separated me from my brother, my love for them would be just that, eternal. The past 9 months of my life, I had been searching constantly just for some clarity, just a few answers to the hundreds of burning questions that had incessantly been controlling my mind. And now, simply after listening to a 4-minute song, I found part of that clarity I was looking for and quieted some of those questions that had dominated my thoughts. Music is powerful. In fact, it is more powerful than we can fully fathom. We are now becoming aware of music's full potential. For example, music has become a new type of therapy that helps with all different types of issues. Music is used to help patients with neurological disorders like Parkinson's disease through rhythmic auditory stimulation. Music helps improve stress and improve communication skills with children and adults with autism, and helps evoke memories for patients with Alzheimer's. Music doesn't only assume the role of a therapist, it also acts as a time capsule. How many times have you listened to a song and been transported back in time and felt the warmth of rich memories flood back into your mind? When I think about my childhood and the most impactful moments of it, my mind keeps taking me back to one thing: listening to music with my father in the car. How could something so simple, so mundane really be one of the most meaningful memories from my childhood? But this isn't one single memory. Rather, it was the culmination of the thousands of times my father and I buckled our seatbelts, rolled the windows down, turned the dial up, and listened to the beauty of Bono's electrifying lyrics of Beautiful Day or Springsteen's pain-ridden voice in Drive All Night. It was the sweet sense of guaranteed time with my favorite man in the absence of work calls and the myriad distractions that filled his day. It was just me, my father, and the songs of our favorite singers and bands filling our souls time and time again. The sound of my father softly following the lyrics of Pearl Jam's Heart-Shattering Black or him belting Counting Crows' Mr. Jones will forever be one of my favorite sounds. So why turn to music? Why? Because music is the great communicator. Whether it is self-communication through self-reflection while listening to a song that speaks to you, or communication catalyzed by music between a parent and their nonverbal child with autism, or taking a ride in your time capsule to remember your younger self and who you once were, music communicates not only through words, but through emotions, and that's why it has made such an imprint on the human race. How could You and Me, by Penny and the Quarters, recorded over 50 years ago, speak to me? How could Edith Piaf's La Vie en Rose, entirely in French, in which I don't understand or speak, make me feel the exact same emotions she once felt? If music has this power, why don't we harness it more? In Thank You, Robert Plant and Chris Cornell sing, and so today my world it smiles, your hand in mine we walk for miles. Let music help you realize who you want to walk with for miles. Let music help you communicate with yourself and others. Let music heal you when you hurt and lift you to greater levels of joyfulness. Let music connect you to others whom you share common experiences. Stay present and keep music in the background. So when you start to fade, when you start to lose track, when you start to forget, you can press that play button and travel in your time capsule back to the moments that make life worth living. Find your song and enjoy your ride. By yourself at times and with others as much as possible. And do it with the windows down. Thank you.